I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the Gospel of John, chapter 14, and let's focus on verses 5 and 6. If I go away and prepare a place for you, I will come back and receive you to myself, so that where I am, you may be also. You know the way where I'm going. Lord, Thomas said, we don't know where you're going. How can we know the way? And Jesus told him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Jesus had already told his disciples what he was about to undergo in Jerusalem, and yet they either did not understand, did not believe, or they were in denial. And of course, Thomas was the disciple who's famous for doubting Jesus' resurrection, earning him the name Doubting Thomas. The problem with Thomas was that he was focusing on religion instead of relationship. Thomas was so quick to learn how to get to heaven that he didn't listen when Jesus promised to return and personally take his disciples home. You don't need to know the way to a location as long as someone else takes you there. You simply need to trust the guide and follow. Likewise, we don't need to know the way to heaven. We need to know Jesus. Jesus knows the way to heaven because he came from there. John 3, verse 13, no one has ascended into heaven, but he who descended from heaven, the Son of Man. And not only does Jesus know the route to heaven, but he is the route himself, the only route to heaven. Acts chapter 4, verse 12, and salvation is in no one else, for there is no other name under heaven that has been given unto men by which we must be saved. Now, frequently, people will say they believe Jesus was a great teacher, but that he's not the only way to heaven. And perhaps those people should listen to Jesus' testimony about himself. Jesus does not say that he is a way and, I'm a truth or a life. He says he is the way, the truth, and the life. Salvation is exclusively through Jesus, and yet it's offered liberally to all who would believe and who by faith would turn from their sin and receive salvation. Jesus' exclusive claim to lordship and his promise to never leave or forsake his followers, well, that allows us to stop shopping around for salvation in some other place. You don't have to figure out the way to heaven. You simply need to believe that Jesus is the only way. Trust in him and receive him as Savior and Lord of your life, committing to follow him all the days of your life. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people like you. And your giving to Groundworks Ministries transforms lives. Would you consider making a donation to Groundworks Ministries today? We need your monthly support now more than ever. Donating is secure and it's easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. Another way to help is to tell people about Groundworks Ministries. Share these podcasts with friends and family and on your social media. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.